Fairfield Media Productions is proud to present FCA on LSN and FMP Sports on fairfieldmedia.tv.
FCA on LSN, brought to you in part by
ServiceMaster Clean by Todd George. They are proud to be the only Green Seal certified janitorial service in Central Ohio and promise to do the job right or do it over. 740-687-1077.
Thompson Concrete, a full-service concrete company. Online at thompsonconcrete.com.
Fairfield Mini Storage is located on East Main Street in Lancaster. Or find them online at ffministorage.com.
Discover your promise in academics, in athletics, or in theater at Ohio University Lancaster and Pickerington. Online at lancaster.ohiou.edu.
Let Matt Gray motivate you or your group for change. You can visit him online at maxspeaking.com.
InFocus Consulting, the data agency. Online at infocusconsulting.com.
Fairfield Christian Church, located near the River Valley Mall in Lancaster. Online at fairfieldcc.com.
The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home. Respect for tradition, regard for change. Available online at funeralhome.com.
Roger Weaver and the Weaver Law Offices. Online at weaver-law.com.
Redeemer Lutheran Church and Dr. Jack Davidson. You can visit them online at redeemerlancaster.org.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
Hello, I'm KJ DeWeese for the FCA Media Team, and I'm sitting here today with Mary Beth DeWeese, the head varsity volleyball coach for FCA. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Okay, so the last game that we covered of yours was the Miller Sport game. How has the season been going since then?
Actually, we had 3 wins in a row, and then this past Saturday we had a couple losses up at Shekinah.
Okay, so the tournament draw was recent, I know.
Yesterday.
Where were you guys seated on that?
We were seated 10th out of 21 teams and actually got a pretty nice draw. We play next Tuesday against Northside, who is seated below us. And then Thursday, if we win Tuesday night, we play against Granville Christian.
Okay, good. So tonight you are playing Delaware Christian.
Correct.
Okay, so what do you know about Delaware? I mean,
Delaware is a good team. We lost to them earlier this year. We took them to 5 sets, though. It was at Delaware. It is senior night tonight, so we'll be graduating 5 seniors, 4 of them players, 1 of them our manager. Delaware, I think right now is tied for second in the league with Kahana Christian. They recently had a loss to Madison Christian last week.
Okay, so what do you think you'll need to beat them tonight?
Our girls will have to be playing smart. Have to work together as a team and not make too many errors. Last time we played them, they had a lot of service errors.
Okay, well, thanks for coming in again today, Mrs. DeWeese. I'm KJ DeWeese here with the FCA Media Team, and we have more high school volleyball coming up on LSN.
The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home. Respect for tradition, regard for change. Available online at funeralhome.com.
There's a place, not so far away, a place where you don't have to keep the volume down. You'll find all sorts of creatures in this place without have to. The silly you, the proud you. You may even meet the curious you.
It's tickling me! You!
Ask your parents to take you to this not so far away place. Come to the forest, where the other you lives. But first, stop by discovertheforest.org
So my uncle calls and he says he's dizzy and he's losing his balance. I'm like, Unc, you want me to take you to a doctor? He's like, no, I'm gonna look up the symptoms. I said, your symptoms are you're dizzy and you're losing your balance. So he said, I can't get on the internet because my arm is numb. I said, well, use your good arm and dial 911. Stroke's no joke. If you or someone you love is showing symptoms of stroke, don't wait because it might be too late. Dial 911. Time lost is brain lost.
Hello everyone, I'm KJ DeWeese, and you are watching High School Girls Volleyball on LSN. Today's match will be between Fairfield Christian Academy and Delaware Christian. Today, former coach Dave DeWeese is with me, and if you couldn't tell by the names, he is my father.
That's correct, KJ. Hey, we want to let everybody else know that this game of the week is brought to you by Service Master Clean by Todd George. They will help you get clean and stay that way, at work and at home, when they demonstrate their commitment to excellence and they promise to do the job right or do it over. Service Master Clean by Todd George can be contacted at 740-687-1077. Thank Todd George for supporting FCA Sports. And today's starting lineup is brought to you by Weaver Law Offices. Is dedicated to serving all of Central Ohio with competent, qualified, and timely legal assistance at reasonable rates. Roger Weaver, a name you know, experience you can trust. Weaver Law Offices can be contacted at 614-834-1750 or online at weaverlaw.com. Thank Roger Weaver for supporting FCA Sports. The starting lineup for Delaware Christian tonight is going to be number 2, Rachel Kirby, number 4, Brenna McCullough, number 10, senior Lenora Boyer, number 15, Sydney Manny, number 21, Bridget Cooper, number 24, Erin McCullough, and the libero, number 3, Katie Sullivan. What about Fairfield Christian, KJ?
Well, for Fairfield Christian, we have number 3, Katie King, number 10, Lauren Ralph, number 16, Lindsay Beatty, number 14, Lindsay Nolan, number 23, Madison Doolittle, number 11, Caitlin Speakman, and for the libero, number 19, Danielle DiGiannatoni.
It's senior night here at Fairfield Christian, so there's going to be a lot of high emotion. Hopefully the crowd will be into it. How many seniors do we have on Fairfield Christian's team there?
We have 4 graduating seniors this year.
And they would be number 3, Katie King, number 10, Lauren Ralph, number 14, Lindsay Nolan, the setter, and the libero, Danielle DiGiannatoni. Tonight's officials for the game are Deb Julian and Scott Carson.
So, Coach, last time these two teams met each other, it was a pretty close game, correct?
That was correct. Fairfield Christian was able to take Delaware Christian to 5 games before they did lose it. They won the first game, and then they also won the 4th game. Delaware Christian comes into tonight's match as the league leader with a 9-1 record. They've only lost 1 game to Madison Christian, and so both of those teams are on top of the league right now. They have a 15-4 overall record, and it was just last Thursday when they played Greenville. Their coach, Jackie Boggs, won her 300th win of her career in volleyball, so that was a great accomplishment for them. Fairfield Christian on the other side, however, their season right now is at 9-11 overall, 4-6 in the league. So if you're looking at this game on paper, you would certainly have to give the edge to Delaware Christian.
Okay, well, start out, we have Katie King serving for Fairfield Christian. Digged up. Is heading to the net there. So looks like, it went over. So Delaware Christian's going to get that point. We have Rachel Kirby serving for Delaware Christian, received by Caitlin Speakman. Comes Lindsay Beatty in for the attack. Just tipped, gets it over though. And Caitlin Speakman received that one there. still going around. And, oh, that is hit out there. That was a pretty hard hit by Aaron Colo.
Yeah, Aaron from Delaware Christian there got that first spike down, but then that second one really long.
Okay, so coming in now, we have Maggie McGee serving for Fairfield Christian Academy. Looks like we have a problem here. Do you know what this is, Coach?
They got a little bit quick on their substitution there.
Okay.
The official, Deb Julian, gave him the side out on that.
So, looks like Delaware got the serve back. Okay, so it looks like Rachel Kirby will be serving the ball again. Okay, there goes the serve. Just gets it over. Lindsay Beatty receives it. And she attacks it from back row. That was a nice kill there by Lenora Boyer. So, looks like Delaware Christian will be getting served back again.
Lenora Boyer, number 10, is one of the seniors for Delaware Christian. She's been there for a while, and she's one of their strong attackers. They're going to be going outside to her and in the middle quite a bit tonight.
So, looks like Rachel Kirby will be serving again for Delaware Christian. The score is 1-3, Delaware Christian in the lead.
I think there may be a mix-up here again on the lineup, and so they're probably going to have to sort this one out. So while they're working on that, KJ, we do want to let everybody know that Fairfield Christian will be playing this Thursday at Granville Christian. That will be their last game of the season before they move into tournament action.
Yeah, now for their tournament, the tournament draw was just a little bit ago, if I'm not correct, and I think they were seeded 10th, right?
That is correct. They were seeded 10th. And this year they're doing something a little bit different with the Ohio State volleyball tournament. During the sectional round, the first round, the team with the higher seed is going to have the home court advantage. So Fairfield Christian was 10th. They're going to be playing Northside, who was the 11th seed. So their first game is actually a week from tonight here at Fairfield Christian at 6 o'clock p.m. So we want to invite anybody that didn't make the game tonight to come out on Tuesday for the game against Northside, their first tournament game.
Okay, well, looks like we're back in the play. Katie King there kind of shanked it off her arm out of bounds, so looks like Delaware will get the serve again.
Yeah, that long serve, something happened there with that long hit that went out where we did not get the point. And the point stayed with Delaware Christian, so now the score is 5-0.
Well, right there, looks like Lindsay Beatty hit it into the net, so Delaware Christian will get the serve again. Rachel Kirby is still at serve for Delaware Christian. Right now the score is still 5-0. Looks like they took that point away for Fairfield Christian. Was that because of the rotation again, Coach?
Yeah, I really never did get a feel for exactly what happened there, so we'll have to maybe check that out.
Okay, well, it looks like Daniel DiGiantoni missed that dig, but looks like we have a timeout on the floor by Fairfield Christian.
While we have this timeout, we want to let you know that Thompson Concrete, a full-service company offering commercial, residential, decorative, excavation, and foundation services with the ability to handle every detail of a large complex concrete projects. Thompson Concrete is located in Carroll, Ohio, and can be reached at 740-756-7256 or online at thompsonconcrete.com.
So Fairfield Christian just kind of went into that timeout and came right back out. You really don't know why, just kind of like the regroup there, seemed to like?
Well, the coach for Fairfield Christian, who we know quite well, Mary Beth DeWeese, just didn't like the way her team was playing so far and wanted to make them regroup. So we'll see how well that worked for her.
Well, Rachel Kirby just barely got it over. Really good serve there. And Lindsay Beatty hit it out of bounds. So looks like we're still going to have Delaware Christian be serving.
Right now, Fairfield Christian just having a lot of trouble with their first serve receive and getting a good pass up. They have gotten a couple of attacks.
Looks like Lindsay Nolan there just lifted that. So Delaware Christian will get the serve again. Right now, Delaware Christian is up 8-0. Rachel Kirby will be serving the ball again. Katie King digs that up. Nice.
That was a nice serve received there by Katie. Lauren Ralph tried the attack and was able to dig out the block, which was real good.
Oh, well, right there we have Lenora Boyer again with the kill. That's her second kill of the night.
Right now, Delaware Christian's showing why they're the league leader here for the MoCal in volleyball.
Oh, we have Lindsay Beatty back to receive that serve. And she hits it into the net again, so back to Delaware Christian.
A lot of this could be just at senior night. Sometimes I know when I've coached on a senior night, emotions get so high it's hard for them to get their heads into the game the way they should.
Yeah. Oh, Rachel Kirby hit that one into the net, so looks like Fairfield Christian will get a serve. Maggie McGee back to serve.
Yeah, I really don't think that first point that we didn't get was a rotation problem, because that time Maggie came in for Lauren, the first sub they tried to do.
Okay, well, Delaware Christian got that point, so we're back to them. We have Lenora Boyer serving for Delaware Christian. Nice serve there, received by Katie King. Almost got it over the net, Katie King did there, but not enough.
And Coach Luis is going to take another timeout as the Lady Knights are down 1-12 right now and struggling a little bit. That gives us a chance to tell you another one of our sponsors is Fairfield Mini Storage, the place to store your personal or business goods in a clean, dry unit within a gated facility. They have outside storage for RVs and boats, and they are Lancaster's source for Penske trunk rentals. Fairfield Mini Storage is located at 2230 East Main Street in Lancaster, or you can find them on the web at ffministorage.com.
Okay, so you were talking a little bit earlier about senior night and emotions, like running high and everything. Do you think that that's a big deal why we're having trouble here, just the emotions?
Well, it's a combination of many things. First of all, Fairfield Christian is a little bit, right now, overmatched. Delaware Christian came in, they're ready to play. It's senior night. The boys are here cheering the girls on, giving a lot of fan support right now. And I think once they do get settled down, we'll see a little bit better match.
Okay, well, looks like we have another problem. Plays held up for a little while. Looks like Lenora Boyer will be serving again. Gets it over. Katie King receives that.
Nice receive there by Katie King.
And Madison Doolittle hits it out. So going back to Delaware Christian. You know, Fairfield Christian hasn't really seemed to have much success with their attacks earlier on.
Well, they are getting their attacks up, but they are having some errors on them. They're either going out. Right now we got another chance here.
That was a nice dig there by Lenora Boyer.
That makes it difficult. But Lindsay Beatty with the spike gives Fairfield Christian their second point of the night, brings the score to 2-13, and she also gets the chance to serve.
Serves it over, and Delaware receives it.
Little roll shot there by Brenna McCullough.
Caitlin Spreekman with the kill. That was a nice attack there. Get the point.
And Fairfield Christian actually strings 2 points together, so we'll see if that will give them a little momentum here to try to get back into this thing.
Fairfield Christian serve is over. Very nice serve and good receive.
Nice hard serve there by Lindsay Beatty. Unfortunately, she can't get the dig off the attack by Brenna McCullough.
So right now we have the score 3 Fairfield Christian Academy and 14 Delaware Christian.
And freshman number 24, Erin McCullough, comes back to serve.
Oh, that was a nice save there by Lindsay Beatty.
Good hustle there for Fairfield Christian.
Katie King didn't really have too good of a serve receive, but Lindsay Beatty seemed to clean up the mess and get it back into play.
Okay, this time Delaware Christian serves it out, or hits it out long.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we actually get to keep it this time.
Lindsay Nolan back to serve.
Lindsay Nolan, one of the seniors here tonight, the setter for the Fairfield Christian Knights.
Now it's Madison Doolittle trying to receive that attack, but just couldn't get quite a hold of it, so Delaware Christian will be back to serve again.
Number 15, sophomore Sydney Manny back to serve for Delaware Christian.
Caitlin Speakman with the receive. Madison Doolittle with the attack. Nice receive there by Sydney Manny.
You see a few more of those kind of attacks. That was a nice back set by Lindsay Nolan. This time they don't quite get the attack they wanted.
Madison Doolittle hits it into the net there. Now Fairfield Christian's not really being very consistent. They're kind of going off and on right now. They got a couple of points, but they just can't seem to keep it together for a while.
Well, what I like right now, though, is even though they're struggling, they are starting to really pick up the hustle and the pace.
Madison Doolittle tips it over, but tips it out.
That was a good idea by Madison, but just missed the corner. She could have gotten that in. It would have been a real nice little dink kill. That brings the score to 4-17 in favor of Delaware Christian.
Sydney Manny serves it over for Delaware Christian. Madison Doolittle attacks again, and it goes into the net. So we'll have Delaware serve again, and right now the score is 4, Fairfield Christian Academy, 18, Delaware Christian. Katie King there couldn't seem to get that dig up. It goes out of bounds. Back to Delaware. Yeah, the substitution here. Looks like Emily Sullivan's coming in for Katie King. Delaware serves it over. Received by Caitlin Speakman. That was a nice serve there.
Yep.
Serve receive there. And looks like Rachel Kirby there kind of had a meltdown. Didn't really know whether to go for it or not. So it looks like Fairfield Christian will be serving.
Lauren Ralph checks back in the game for Maggie McGee, and Madison Doolittle back to serve. Fairfield Christian is down 5-19.
Madison Doolittle serves it over. Nice long serve. Rachel Kirby there had a pretty nice low set for Bridget Cooper to attack, but just couldn't get a hold of it. Went to the net.
Yeah, Cooper just kind of mistimed her jump on that one. Couldn't get the attack down. Another nice serve by Madison Doolittle.
A very nice serve. Hard enough that it went off of Delaware's arm. So
that'll help Fairfield Christian. They just need some good things to start happening for them. They get back in this game, settle down. That ace right there by Madison Doolittle will help.
They've gotten a couple of points in a row now. See if they can keep it going. Madison Doolittle serves it out of bounds. So we will have the score 7-20, Delaware Christian up.
It's like one of those jinxes you do on someone, just like a foul shot. Unfortunately for you that are listening to the broadcast, you're listening to two basketball nuts trying to commentate a volleyball game here. So enjoy the commentary, I guess is what I would say.
We'll see how the rest goes.
Brendan McCullough back to serve with Delaware Christian up 21-7 right now.
It's a nice serve
Danielle
by
Di Antonian, the libero, received that. Nice dig there. Tipped over by Lauren Ralph.
Oh, that was a nice attack by Boyer, but looks like it got blocked by Fairfield Christian, so the volley is still going.
A nice double block there by Lauren Ralph and Emily Sullivan.
Boyer attack again, hits it into the net.
And I'll tell you what, that previous block by Lauren and Emily, I think that got in the mind a little bit of Delaware Christian. When Boyer went up to attack that one, she didn't quite hit it with the authority or get the tack down like she'd done earlier in the ball game.
Caitlin Speakman serves this one for Fairfield Christian. Kind of a short serve, but certainly got Delaware because it's kind of dropped to the ground there after the receive. Not so sure what happened there.
Well, Delaware Christian plays a 5-1, KJ, and Rachel Kirby, number 2, is their setter in the 5-1. So she's supposed to get that second ball for them. And sometimes if she doesn't quite get to it, it looks like they're a little bit unsure when the ball is in a position she can't get to. And I think that kind of happened on that previous exchange. Now that time, they did get the attack right where they wanted.
Yeah, that was a nice attack by Lenora Boyer. Delaware Christian serves it over, and looks like we're going to have Lauren Ralph tip it over back to Delaware Christian. Boyer again with the kill.
That time they didn't quite get her intimidated. Lauren Ralph was up there and got both hands on the ball, but it kind of dinked over and behind of her, and nobody was there to get the dig.
Caitlin Speakman serves that. Nice high receive. Good for a setter to get to there.
Nice dig there by Danielle DiGiannatoni, but Delaware Christian with the kill as the dig went right back to the net. Kind of call that feeding the bear there when you dig it and it comes right back and they're able to attack it right back down on you. Very hard to cover.
Yeah, so right now we have, it's game point right now. Delaware only needs one more. It's 9-24.
Actually set point, but
set point.
We were discussing earlier that we got to change our terminology a little bit to meet with volleyball. Delaware Christian up 24-9 here. And nice hustle there by Delaware Christian, but Fairfield Christian stays in the game, gets the point.
Okay, so right now it's 10-24. Fairfield Christian is still staying alive in this set. Katie King is back to serve. Hits it into the net. So that will be the end of this set. Delaware Christian 25, Fairfield Christian 10. We will be back with the second set with FCA on LSN.
FCA on LSN.
FCA on LSN. Brought to you in part by
Thompson Concrete, a full-service concrete company. Online at thompsonconcrete.com.
Service Clean by Todd George. They are proud to be the only Green Seal certified janitorial service in Central Howard and promise to do the job right or do it over. 740-687-1077.
Let Matt Gray motivate you or your group for change. You can visit him online at maxspeaking.com.
Roger Weaver and the Weaver Law Offices online at weaver-law.com.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
Welcome back to Fairfield Christian Academy for the second set of this high school girls volleyball game between Fairfield Christian Academy and Delaware Christian. The first set went to Delaware Christian 25-10. So we'll see how the second set plays out.
Yeah, not necessarily the way that Fairfield Christian would have scripted it tonight to struggle that much there in the first game. But, you know, again, by the end of the game, they looked like they were finally starting to come in. I saw a lot of hustle out of the girls, and they were getting attacked. You know, Delaware Christian's a very good volleyball team, so this was going to be a difficult match tonight, especially since Fairfield Christian kind of surprised them last time up at their place. They won the first game on them. I think it was something like 25-23, and it actually took 5 games for Delaware Christian to put them away. So we'll see whether or not maybe Fairfield Christian now can settle down and make this a match tonight with them.
One set does certainly not mean that they're done for, so let's see if they can fight back and win 3.
It's a situation where in volleyball, momentum really swings at times, and I've seen teams that have been down 2 games to none actually come back and win an entire match. So you just got to get the momentum rolling on your side. It's one of the things that frustrates me as a basketball coach watching a volleyball game is just how much momentum can swing in this sport.
Talking about momentum, we have the FCA crowd pretty hyped up for this game, so let's see if that can help the team's momentum change. Katie King digged it into the net there, so Delaware Christian will get the first point.
The Delaware Christian has sophomore Rachel Kirby back there serving right now, and she gave him problems during the first game, so we'll see if Fairfield Christian can get something going here.
Emily Sullivan attacks that out of bounds. 2-0, Delaware Christian.
That first pass up is real important.
Danielle DiGiannatoni
that
receives
time
that.
Danielle DiGiannatoni got a real good one.
Lindsay Beatty had a nice attack there, but fortunately got blocked by 2 Delaware players. Nice setup by Rachel Kirby there. Fairfield Christian just couldn't seem quite get it out of the net there, so Delaware.
Again, that was a real good volley by both teams. Unfortunately, Fairfield Christian didn't get the point, but they're starting to pass better. They're starting to hustle a little bit. That's what they want to do right now. Boyer
with the down ball over DiGiannatoni. Lindsay Beatty there with a nice attack. And looks like we have a lift there by, I think that was Rachel Kirby.
It was actually a double hit there on the set. Our official that's up tonight on the ladder, Scott Carson, called that one.
Katie King serves it over. We have an attack by Boyer and a kill by Boyer. Katie King just cannot seem to get that one up.
She made a good effort, but couldn't get the dig. Score now is Delaware Christian 4, Fairfield Christian 1. And Boyer's back to serve.
And Boyer hits it into the net there. So looks like Fairfield Christian will get their second point of the set.
I think Delaware Christian's going to have to be a little careful, making sure they don't have a letdown after that easy win in the first set.
Can't have a lot of errors like that, and it can't turn out to be good.
Nice dig there by Caitlin Speakman.
Oh, Madison Doolittle there got blocked, but kept it alive for a little bit, but kind of set it right up for Delaware Christian to get a kill there.
Not to argue with the officials, but I think somebody was in the net on that one, but didn't get called.
Well, officials can't see everything. Looks like that there was an ace there. That was a nice serve there.
Caitlin Speakman there on that corner made a decision at the last second to let that go, thinking it was going to go out, and it fell right on the line.
Just got the corner. Well, Katie King there looks like she lifted that serve receive. Delaware Christian is still serving. Katie King gets that serve receive up that time. And Madison Doolittle tips it over to Delaware Christian.
Tries to send it deep.
Looks like Katie King will hit that one out of bounds. So Delaware Christian will keep the serve again. Score is currently 2 Fairfield Christian Academy and 8 Delaware Christian. Lindsay Nolan kind of tapped it over there to Delaware Christian.
Nice dig there by Maggie McGee. Gives Fairfield Christian the opportunity for the attack.
Lindsay Beatty hits it over, but it is received by Delaware Christian.
Nice hustle there that time by Madison Doolittle and Lindsay Beatty, and then Lindsay Nolan gets it over.
Very nice save.
Madison's having some good net play tonight.
Well, it looks like Maggie McGee and Caitlin Speakman there both went for it. Not really so sure who got their hands on it first, but went into the net there. And looks like we have a timeout on the floor.
It gives us an opportunity to tell you that FCA this game tonight is brought to you by the Frankie Smith Funeral Home in Lancaster, Ohio, and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore, Ohio. They have a long and excellent history of serving our community in times of loss. The Frankie Smith Funeral Home is a respect for tradition, regard for change. Available online at funeralhome.com. And Ohio University at Lancaster and Pickerington, where class sizes are small, so you'll get to know the faculty who cares about you and your success. Discover your promise in academics, in athletics, and in theater at Ohio University Lancaster and Pickerington. You can find them online at lancaster.ohiou.edu.
Well, in that timeout there, Fairfield Christian tried to get some energy there by jumping around and trying to get everyone hyped up. What do you think about that,
Coach? Coach has that as a little tactic sometimes when she feels her team is just down in the not getting done what they need to do. She tries to get them fired up that way.
Hit into the net there by Delaware Christian. So Fairfield Christian will get their third point in the set, and we have Lindsay Beatty back to serve.
If Fairfield Christian can just keep working and keep hustling, they'll eventually get some things to go their way.
That was a nice serve there by Lindsay Beatty, but just as good as a receive by Boyer. Lindsay Nolan hits it over.
Lindsay Nolan's feeling good about that, being the setter. She gets very few attacks, and that time Madison Doolittle set her up. And so she returns the favor there and sets Madison up. Nice dig there by Caitlin Speakman.
Caitlin Speakman with the attack, and just hits the line. That'll be Fairfield Christian's point.
We talked about momentum being a part of this game. It looks like Fairfield Christian's trying to pull it over their way right now with a few points coming their way.
Lindsay Beatty back to serve again. Nice hard serve there, and oh, it was a nice receive though by Delaware Christian. So
yeah, they did a real nice job there on Lindsay's serve.
That was a hard attack there by Madison Doolittle.
But Delaware Christian gets it back over.
Another hard attack.
Now Coach Deweese is seeing what she was hoping to see there in that first set. Do want to mention for those of you watching this, if you're a Fairfield or if you're a Fisher Catholic fan, Delaware Christian is actually Fisher Catholic's first opponent in the tournament. So Fisher Catholic will be heading up to Delaware Christian this coming week for their first tournament game.
Well, right there, Lindsay Beatty hit into the net, so we'll have Delaware Christian back to serve. We have Sydney Manny serving for Delaware Christian.
She's just a sophomore for them. They've got a couple of sophomores and some seniors on this team. A little bit of youth and experience.
Katie King reserved that attack. And looks like we had someone in the net for Delaware Christian.
Madison Doolittle right now just kind of taking over up there at the net with some of her play, which is really good. A lot of good hustle by Fairfield Christian. Starting to make Delaware Christian really work for their points.
Lindsay Nolan serving for Fairfield Christian. Received by Boyer. That was a nice attack there. Just placed it right in between the gap of Fairfield Christian Academy's players.
Kirby got the back set out there to McCullough, and she was able to put it down.
It's a nice hard serve there by Delaware.
I like that serve receive there by Maggie McGee, and then again, Madison Doolittle coming on tonight for the Lady Knights.
Starting to get her attacks down and hard now.
That gets crowd into it as Emily Sullivan checks into the game as she comes in the front row for Maggie McGee.
Madison Doolittle's serve goes over. Attack by Delaware Christian. Madison Doolittle.
Nice job there by the Knights. They're starting to get to where they can.
Well, it looks like Delaware Christian there hit it into the net, and it came right back. And I think they thought that someone for Fairfield Christian Academy touched it. They kept on playing, but it turns out they didn't, and it was 4 hits.
Yeah, that one I completely agree with.
That was
the official on Scott.
That was a nice.
That one didn't even get over. That was really nice serve there by Madison Doolittle.
Very nice.
Gives her the opportunity to keep serving. It brings Fairfield Christian back to only being down 2. They are now at 9-11.
Speaking of 9-11, isn't that the Fairfield Christian Academy's current record?
Yes, it is. I don't think we mentioned that earlier. If we did, we'll mention it again. They are right now sitting at 9-11 and 4-6 in the league, but
Daniel DiGiantonio served that receive and also gets to down ball it back over to Delaware Christian. Ball is still going. Lauren Ralph with the attack and just got it like right between the blockers there. So Delaware Christian kept on going though. So the volley will end there after Lindsay Beatty hit it out of bounds.
I really like what Fairfield Christian did that time, switching up their attack and going to the back row. Lindsay Beatty does have the ability to get that attack down, so we'll see if they go back to that here in a little bit.
Bridget Cooper served for Delaware Christian. Nice received by Fairfield Christian Academy, but looks like Caitlin Speakman there couldn't get a hold of that tip there, so.
Nice hustle by Caitlin. That was just one of those attacks on the net. It hits the net, comes off weird. You're not really expecting it to come off the way it did.
And Fairfield Christian,
nice hustle there.
This match has been getting a lot of favor from the net in this earlier set.
Lauren Ralph gets the attack down there. Little dink shot puts it in there.
We'll have Caitlin Speakman back to serve for Fairfield Christian.
Now this time I waited till she served before I said that Caitlin's usually a fairly consistent server for Fairfield Christian.
That was a short serve that time. She usually serves short.
She does like to try to place it down in there short. I like that double block on the outside there by Emily Sullivan and Lauren Ralph. Made it difficult for Delaware Christian on their attack. And another block by Lauren Ralph.
Volley's still going though. Delaware seemed to keep it alive, but looks like Lauren Ralph got a kill there.
Well, and that's what you want to see. Senior night, Lauren Ralph, a senior. getting some really nice play up there at the net right now. She blocked it. She was able to get it back over on a dink, and then she finally put it down for the kill.
Nice block there. Oh, wait, I guess there wasn't a block. It just hit the net, so we'll have 4 hits.
What did I tell you about this game? Momentum.
Momentum. You did earlier say that. Well, it looks like Fairfield Christian just lost a little bit of momentum there with that missed serve. Let's see if we can get it back.
I can guarantee you there's another gray hair on Coach DeWeese's head from that one right there. Just getting back into the ring. And unfortunately now they've got to go back up against Rachel Kirby with her serves. Something they've been struggling with, but this time they may have the opportunity to get out of it.
Looks like we have a double hit there by Lindsay Nolan.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach DeWeese on that one wants Emily to bump that one. She's not a setter with setter hands and has been called for double hits a couple of times this year. So,
well, for Delaware Christian, we'll have Rachel Kirby back to serve. Received by Caitlin Speakman. Danielle DiGiannantoni gets a down ball over back to Delaware Christian. Rachel Kirby kind of tapped that, kind of a tap/attack there. Not really so sure what to call that.
It just was one that they dropped off. It looked like she did a roll shot on that.
Well, Katie King kind of shanked that off to the right there off her arms, so that'll go out of bounds and back to Delaware Christian.
It'll be real important. Fairfield Christian was at 13-14. Now they've lost 4 points in a row, so.
Yes, you were definitely right about that momentum.
Well, they seem to have trouble every time that the Kirby girl goes back to serve, so they need to adjust their lineup, and that's what Coach DeWeese is going to do right now. She calls a timeout. Want to remind you that this FCA LSN Game of the Week is brought to you by Central Ohio General Surgeons. They're physicians who have advanced training that allows them to perform invasive procedures for their patients. At Central Ohio General Surgeons, your appointment includes time for examination and discussion, so please feel free to ask questions at any time. Central Ohio General Surgeons can be contacted at 740-654-6213 or online at centralohiogeneralsurgeons.com.
So for the tournament, you said that we're playing Northside Christian first, correct?
That is correct, and that'll be a week from tonight on Tuesday night of next week. It'll be an interesting matchup, too, because you have the 10th seed, Fairfield Christian, playing against the 11th seed, Northside.
So it should be a good game.
Should be a good game. Northside has been down for several years, but this year they actually have a fairly good record, so they've been able to improve their program, and it should be a good game. It certainly won't be one that Fairfield Christian will just be able to walk away with easily.
Well, Rachel Kirby serves for Delaware Christian. It was a nice hard serve right over the net, but Caitlin Speakman got a really nice receive there. So the volley's still going.
Fairfield Christian has an opportunity here.
Sydney Boyer kind of taps that one over. And we have 4 hits by Fairfield Christian.
A lot of good hustle there, but unfortunately couldn't turn Fairfield Christian's way, and they give up the point. It's now 13-20, Fairfield Christian down.
Rachel Kirby serves that one out, so we'll be going back to Fairfield Christian serve. We have Katie King serving. The score is currently 14 Fairfield Christian, 20 Delaware Christian.
Now, seeing Rachel Kirby serve that one out reminds me earlier this year during a junior high match, Ruthie Johnson, one of our 8th grade volleyball players, actually served 25 straight points in a game, and they won a game 25-0. And then she came back on the court in the next game and continued to serve them in for quite a while before she finally missed. So it's very hard for players to go back there and serve a lot of serves in and not have a mistake.
That was pretty impressive, 25 serves in a row for an 8th grader.
Yep. It actually turned out to be more than 25, actually, because she was able to serve later on. Kept them all in. But right now, Fairfield Christian's got to dig down and try to get back in this game. They're down 14-22.
Boyer had a short serve there, and looks like it got Fairfield Christian because didn't really get a good dig off of that.
And normally she's back there serving hard, but she served that one right in front of the Fairfield Christian defense. Tries it again, but this time Beatty gets to it.
Danielle DiGiantoni receives that attack. Lindsay Beatty with a nice attack, but it was a very good receive by Delaware Christian. And Katie King there just couldn't seem to get the right placement of her hands on the ball because it just kind of rolled off them.
I think Katie had a little indecision on that one. At first she was going to go for the bump, realized she was going to go for the set, and then just didn't get it up quite high enough. So that brings us to another set point for Delaware Christian.
Nice attack there to finish the set. 14-25, Delaware Christian. Okay, well, we will be back with the third set with FCA on LSN.
Hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
Welcome back to Fairfield Christian Academy. You are watching high school girls volleyball with the match between Delaware Christian and Fairfield Christian Academy. The FCA game of the week on LSN is brought to you by Ohio Christian University, committed to offering a complete education that develops students intellectually, professionally, and spiritually. OCU's degree programs equip students to become leaders in their careers, communities, families, and the world. Ohio Christian University, online at ohiochristian.edu. Well, coming up on this third set here, Delaware has won the first two, so all they need is one more to put this game in the bag.
It's the best of 5, and with them up 2-0, it's not looking good for the Knights tonight on their senior night. But I will tell you, this is a tough Delaware Christian team, and Fairfield Christian has nothing to hang their heads about because they're out there playing hard. There is definitely no die in them right now. And we'll see whether or not maybe this third game might be an opportunity for them to pull out a win. They certainly have demonstrated that they can play well enough to win the game, but they just have to minimize their mistakes, continue to hustle, and let the game come to them. We've had some good performances out there right now. Last game around, Madison Doolittle had a lot of good net play. Lauren Ralph, when she was in there, had some blocks and actually had a good kill at one point in the game when the momentum was shifting Fairfield Christian's way. I will say that one thing they are definitely having trouble with, though, is when the sophomore Rachel Kirby, the setter for Delaware Christian, goes back to serve. So she'll be up here in a second, but let's hope Katie King here, starting off for Fairfield Christian, can get the job done for them.
Nice little volley going on here to start off.
Caitlin Speakman sets up and down balls out from the back. There's a nice dig by Katie King.
Emily Sullivan up with the attack and hits it into the net. So Delaware Christian will get the first point of this third set. Coming back to serve for Delaware Christian, we have Rachel Kirby, who in the first set gave them quite a lot of trouble. Getting a couple of serves in there. Kept on going for a while. Emily Sullivan up to attack and received by Boyer. It's a nice little hustle play there by Boyer.
Good volley back and forth between both teams. It just seems like there's been a lot of volleys tonight, and unfortunately Delaware Christian keeps getting the better end of them.
Delaware Christian serves again. Caitlin Speakman receives that, and Danielle DiGiantoni bumped it up, and there was a little bit of confusion going on there in the front row. So
I think Lindsay Nolan kind of lost track where that ball was coming and forgot that she needed to help get over a little bit. Nice up that time by Caitlin Speakman.
Bumped over by Emily Sullivan, so Delaware Christian will get a chance to attack, but hits it into the net, so that'll be 4 hits by Delaware Christian.
That's happened a couple of times tonight, and I've agreed with everyone that's happened.
Emily Sullivan back to serve for Fairfield Christian Academy.
I just want to point out that we do have 2 of the really good officials for volleyball here tonight. Deb Julian, who's the down official, and Scott Carson, who's the up one. We've had them for a couple of matches this year, and they just do an excellent job with their calls.
Emily Sullivan serves again. Fairfield Christian. And that one is hit out by Delaware. So right now we are tied at 3 in the third set.
I also want to take this opportunity to thank the FCA media team who's bringing you this coverage tonight.
Boyer, nice hard attack there. Just hit the net though to keep it up. And Madison Doolittle with the kill there. Very nice play there by everyone.
I think that may be FCA's first lead of the entire night. They're up 4-3 now on Delaware Christian in this third set.
Well, let's see if they can keep the momentum to keep them going for a while. That was a short serve there by Emily Sullivan. And oh, that was a nice dig there by...
Almost.
Yeah, it was almost a nice dig, but
what do they say?
She got it up off the hard attack.
Almost
so.
Only counts in
horseshoes and hand grenades. Yeah, I think that's it.
That was the case there too.
It's like Boyer serves it over. Nice serve. And I think we have a lift there by Lindsay Nolan. So Delaware Christian will retake the lead.
Katie King with the receive on that.
And looks like that was hit out of bounds. So Delaware Christian will get the point.
Madison's had some good attacks that night, but sometimes when she gets out there on that outside, she's kind of used to hitting middle. She sometimes misses down the line, and that time it was just a little bit wide. She gets another opportunity here.
And hits it out of bounds again.
A little bit long.
Looks like Boyer will be serving again for Delaware Christian Academy. And it just hit the net on the serve to tip over right in between the gap of the players for Fairfield Christian. So that'll be another point for Delaware.
And just like that, Delaware Christian's run off 5 straight points on Fairfield Christian.
Again with that momentum. Fairfield Christian just can't seem to get anything going right now with Lindsay Beatty just hit it into the net there. So score will be 4 Fairfield Christian Academy and 9 Delaware Christian. Received there by Madison Doolittle. Madison Doolittle tips it over there, but kept alive by Delaware Christian. That was a nice play there by Delaware. Bumped over, kind of free ball there. Nice hard hit there by Delaware. And that'll give them 10 points for the set. They are up by 6.
And Coach Mary Beth DeWeese for Fairfield Christian takes the timeout. That gives us an opportunity to tell you that Spires Paving Company, serving Lancaster and Fairfield County since 1984. They are a full-service pavement and pavement services company, providing asphalt paving, patching and repairing, crack filling, and stripping for residential, commercial, churches, and local municipalities. Spires Paving Company at 740-653-6837 or online at spirespaving.com. This is also brought to you by Enfocus Consulting, the data agency, positioning and managing data in the marketplace. Enfocus Consulting provides data management for Lancaster, Ohio, and can be reached at 740-654-5809 or online at enfocusconsulting.com.
Well, Delaware Christian served it there. That was Boyer. Served it, just hit the top of the net and bounced right back on their side. So Fairfield Christian will get a serve. This is Lindsay Beatty up to attack a serve.
Nice hard serve there by Lindsay Beatty. Coach DeWeese's timeout worked out for her there.
That was a nice placement attack there by Caitlin Speakman. And gives her a kill.
Excellent dink and kill. The way Delaware Christian right now is digging everything and playing defense, it's been difficult for Fairfield Christian to get those kind of kills. Caitlin Speakman does it.
That was a nice hard serve by Lindsay Beatty. Lindsay Beatty attacks from the back row and hits into the net. Even though the score is 6-11, Delaware up, you were right. Fairfield Christian has showed that they can play with this team in the second set. They got a couple of points in a row there. So maybe Fairfield Christian can come back and change this game up in the next couple of sets if they win this one.
You know, right now, Delaware Christian's taking the advantage on them with a 12-6 lead.
Maggie McGee there receives that serve and also hits it over the net back to them. Head into the net, Delaware. So we'll have Lindsay Nolan back to serve for Fairfield Christian.
Again, if you weren't with us earlier, this is a senior night for Fairfield Christian, and we do want to make sure that we mention those seniors that are winding down their career here at Fairfield Christian. Number 3, Katie King, who's in the front row right now. Lindsay Nolan, the setter for Fairfield Christian, number 14 in the back. And we also have the libero, who's not in right now, but that's Danielle DiGiannatoni. And then coming in is just on cue there, like I almost called it, Lauren Ralph, the 4th senior, coming in for Katie King and coming in for the front row right now. So we do want to thank those seniors for their efforts and their time and everything they've done for the Fairfield Christian volleyball program.
Lauren Ralph with a nice attack there, but Delaware again seems to keep up the attacks. That was a nice hard hit there by Madison Doolittle to get another kill for the night.
I'll tell you what, the way Delaware Christian's playing defense right now, that's what you almost need. You almost need that perfect kill, whether it's a dink like Caitlin Speakman had a couple of points ago, or that one right there by Madison Doolittle. It hit the coffin corner, I think they would call it in football, but I'm not sure what they call it here in volleyball.
Well, Madison Doolittle serves that one over for Fairfield Christian. A nice receive there by Lindsay Beatty. She attacks it from the back row and got blocked, but they got it back over. So that was a really nice block there by Lauren Ralph and Emily Sullivan. Double block there.
I would have to say that Lauren Ralph is Coach DeWeese's strongest blocker probably up there at the net.
If I'm correct, she's probably the tallest on the team.
I think she does have that distinction, which certainly helps.
And tipped over by Lindsay Nolan trying to catch Delaware off guard. Delaware hits it out of bounds, so Fairfield Christian will get the serve again.
They're making a little surge back here right now, Fairfield Christian is. Back to within 2 points, down only 11-13.
Delaware, that was a nice hard attack there, and received by Fairfield Christian, but it didn't seem like anyone really wanted to go get that. It just kind of stood around and looked at it.
That was a case where everybody was waiting for Lindsay Nolan, the setter, to get that second hit, and she was calling for help, and nobody got to it. But
that was a nice that was pretty good one-handed save by Lindsay Nolan.
That was actually an exceptional effort by Lindsay to get to that ball and get it back in, but kind of caught Emily Sullivan and Lauren Ralph on the front row off guard there.
It's a nice serve receive by Caitlin Speakman, but set it right up for Lenora Boyer, but she hit it out of bounds. So Fairfield Christian back to serve again.
She had that one back again.
We have a substitution here. Ellie Faturo is coming in for Caitlin Speakman to serve.
Ellie's a freshman for Fairfield Christian.
Nice serve there for the ace.
I tell you what, you put her in there, she does a serve like that, makes the coach look like a genius. Actually, I know what coach is doing here. If we didn't televise the JV game, of course, but during the JV game, which the Fairfield Christian did win, Ellie had a lot of aces in that game and was just serving the ball excellent.
Fortunately there, she hit it out of bounds on the serve.
I think she got a little bit keyed up there emotionally. That first serve was so good and she got the ace. She wanted to try and do it again and went just a little bit long.
Got a little excited. Well, there was a little confusion there. Fairfield Christian, I think, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, Daniel DiGiantoni's not happy right there because Caitlin was trying to tie her shoe when they served that one, and the official didn't see it and stop it in time. And to be quite honest, that's why they got that point.
Well, looks like Delaware Christian was in the net there trying to block the attack. So that'll be Fairfield Christian's point. Right now, the score is 14 Fairfield Christian Academy, 17 Delaware Christian. That was a nice long serve there by Katie King. Went off into the Delaware's arms, so it'll be another point for Fairfield Christian.
I'd like to see Katie get a couple more of those kind of serves in right now. She sometimes can go on a string for Coach DeWeese.
She's a very good server.
Nice placement down the side there that time.
Emily Sullivan tips it over, sets it over. That was a
Not
nice
much you're
hard
gonna do
attack.
about an attack like that. They just got the perfect set there right in the middle, and Fairfield Christian couldn't dig it.
Rachel Kirby back to serve again for Delaware Christian. She's seen the serve a lot this match for Delaware. And Katie King down balls it out of bounds. So Delaware.
That was a good serve received by Katie. Got it up, and Lindsay tried to set her, but unfortunately she hit it just a little long. Another nice up there by Caitlin Speakman.
Lindsay Beatty with the attack.
Good dig by Delaware Christian. Trying to go down the line there, but send it out just a little bit wide.
Boyer has been a pretty efficient attacker so far for Delaware Christian, but couldn't seem to get that one in bounds. Looks like we have 4 hits for Delaware Christian.
Yeah, that one I wasn't sure whether or not Madison got her hands on it to create the ability for Delaware to keep it in play or not. But again, up on the official there, Scott Carson called it 4 hits.
Emily Sullivan serves it for Fairfield Christian. Boyer again with the kill. That was a good hustle by Caitlin Speakman, just couldn't get it in play.
Well, what made that even more difficult is I think we got a tip there on the block Fairfield Christian did, which kind of slowed it down and made it hard for her to get it.
Lenora Boyer back to serve. Nice receive there by Katie King. Madison Doolittle with the attack there. Looks like we have it hit out of bounds by Delaware.
Good decision there by Katie King to let that ball go long. Brenda McCall at number 4, a senior for Delaware Christian, is a really good attacker, but every once in a while she has a tendency to just send that ball long when she's attacking.
Lindsay Beatty attacks it out of bounds, serves it out of bounds.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lindsay has that tendency too, where she sometimes hits the ball long. She's got a lot of power in that serve of hers, and hard to get it in control sometimes.
That serve there for Delaware just hit the net, just got over, but kept it alive. Fairfield Christian did.
I'll tell you what, Fairfield Christian staying in this game. They're staying just in range. Put a little pressure here on Delaware Christian. This is the 3rd and possibly deciding set of the match. So Fairfield Christian, it's kind of coming down to do or die time.
It's a very close game right now. Fairfield Christian 19, Delaware Christian 21.
Nice dig there by Caitlin Speakman.
Madison Doolittle to attack and hits it out of bounds. So Delaware only needs 3 points to end this match. And we have a timeout by Fairfield Christian.
That gives us the opportunity to tell you that Fairfield Mini Storage is the place to store your personal or business goods in a clean, dry unit within a gated facility. They have outside storage for RVs and boats, and they are Lancaster's source for Penske truck rentals. Fairfield Mini Storage is located at 2230 East Main Street in Lancaster, or find them on the web at ffministorage.com. We also want to let you know that this program is available on demand. I'll get that out. On demand, and can be watched again at your convenience by going online to fairfieldmedia.tv.
Well, looks like we're getting ready to play again, so Cindy Manny will serve for Delaware Christian. Madison Doolittle with the attack. Nice hard attack there, but just as good as a receive by Manny.
tries to place that ball. Delaware Christian covers it again.
That was a nice save there by Delaware. Caitlin Speakman just kind of hit it into the ground there. Wasn't even close.
Well, that was going to be a difficult one for Caitlin to get over the way she was going at it over her head because of the direction the ball was coming. But
Cindy Manny serves again for Delaware, and serve receives is no good. She tried to set it, but again, just kind of rolled off her fingers, it looked like.
That brings Delaware Christian to match point.
Caitlin Speakman with the receive there. And Madison Doolittle hits it out of bounds, and that will be the end of the set and the end of the match. Delaware Christian will win in 3. So, Coach, are there any last things you'd like to say about this game, or what went wrong for Fairfield?
Well, I'm sure for Coach DeWeese and the Fairfield Christian Lady Knights, this was not the way they wanted the senior night to go for them. But again, they're playing the league-leading Delaware Christian Lady Eagles, and so it was going to be a tough one for them tonight anyways. What I did like was at times they really did show a lot of grit and determination out there. They got into some times where they were just really getting into some long volleys with Delaware Christian, and they made Delaware Christian work for everything. After that first game, when they finally settled down a little bit, they made Delaware Christian really have to put their game on as far as getting the attacks and getting the ball to be down. And you know, Delaware Christian just does such an excellent job on defense of getting to all those little dinks or some of the hard attacks and digging them out. So with this game in the books, the Fairfield Christian Lady Knights are going to have to look forward to their next game, which is going to be this Thursday night over at Granville Christian. This will be their last game of the season, and Coach DeWeese and the Lady Knights are hoping to go over there. They're hoping to get one back. Granville Christian earlier this season came here and won the game. So Granville Christian is actually, I think, in 4th place in our league right now, and so they would like to go back and try to get that one back. So we want to wish them the best of luck this Thursday night as they do that.
Okay, well, again, Delaware Christian won that match in 3, and thank you, Coach, for coming out here today. And I would also like to thank the FCA media team for making this all possible. I am KJ DeWeese with the FCA media team. Thank you for watching FCA on LSN.
What gets you moving?
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
you fuel your body
and your mind.
Whether you like to throw around the football,
play frisbee in the park,
or dance in your room.
Moving every day helps give you a healthy body and mind.
And that makes you part of a winning team. Hey, that was my line! Get up and play an hour a day, Doc.
Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
That's www.letsmove.gov.
FCA on LSN. Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.